Hi guys, putting here with the game for you in my Tier 10 French battleship, the Republic, or known as the Repub now. I'm doing a bunch of recordings at the same time prior to patch, so I probably don't have everything written down on Captain Skills and modules, but of course you will be seeing Captain Skills and modules. We're top tier, it's a CV game, and just by looking at the minimap, you can see most of this team is spawned over by A. Well, let me hit tab so we don't have to look at that all freaking game. Instead of hauling butt all the way over to A and just leaving the A flank wide open, I figured I'd go work the 9-10 line. Oops, I figured I'd go work the 9-10 line. Now, I can see the Gearings coming over, the Cleveland, maybe staying, moving slow, not sure. The Zhao's over here, and it's only, it's only a tier 8 carrier. Well, he's not going to be able to wreck me like a tier 10 would be able to. I don't have access to a fighter plane, so with this thing not with me really not putting anything into AA, not even advanced fire training, unless I did, I'm not sure, but I really don't spec for AA, and if I do have advanced fire training on any ship, it's for the secondaries now, not for the AA. Now, I am going to slow down, and you know what, I wanted to take a shot in on the North Cal instead of the Prince Eugen, because I figured I was hoping I'd get a good hit on a heavy hitter, i.e. a battleship, and really make them regret or be like, I'm not going to go over there as fast as I thought I would. I'm going to take a shot on the Prince Eugene. I do follow these shells just to see where they land, and you know what, respectable damage. Prince Eugen, I'm sorry. Force of habit with the Prince Eugen. I do love playing that ship. I think it is a better ship than the Hipper because it does have access to a heal, but the Hipper is no joke either. Now, I should have, instead of engaging my engines to go full steam, I should have just kept them at a quarter to potentially deal with the Prince Eugen. Unfortunately, I missed. But what I saw on the minimap was, I believe it's the Edinburgh Bro and the DD coming out over this way. Now, I do believe I have not been spotted yet. Now, trying to set up an ambush, I'm trying to ambush the ambushers before, you know, they get to me. I'm trying to do it before they get me, but both of those ships have access to torpedoes, and you know what, if they get me, they're going to get me. If not, they're not, but I am going to start turning out, because there was a battleship that was coming with them, and you know what, luckily for me, I decided to start turning, as there is the Henri, or the HIV, as some people refer to it, because it is AIDS at times. And there is the Edinburgh Bro that is 4 kilometers from me. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, with the event going on, my task this particular session was to get 30 secondary hits, so I'm obviously trying to let my secondaries do some more, because I failed to get a Citadel, probably because I aimed a little bit too high on the Edinburgh Bro. But I'm going to hit my speed boost and just get out of dodge. As the Gearing lay down smoke, it looked like for the Cleveland, and I make the mistake of, I need to get all my guns to bear, and end up eating 2 torpedoes for it. These guns were loaded fast enough. I probably would have been able to get him with just the rear turrets. But I'm going to try to fulfill my task of getting my 30 secondary hits, because, we're already down 2 ships. But you know what? It was a frustrating day and night for me. But usually, you get the lead, and then the team decides to, no, we don't need it anymore. Let's let the enemy win. As the Cleveland goes out in front of something that is torpedoing, and of course he's probably shooting. But with the amount of ships that are over here, considering I do believe we lost our Zal, there's the Prince Eugen, the 2 DDs, the Henry, the Kurfürst, and the North Carolina, versus the Gearing Cleveland myself. So we are drastically outnumbered. Now, I don't know why the Cleveland's shooting AP. But if he can get the attention of the Kurfürst, great. Now, I am trying to be a dirty, scummy border humper, but luckily for me, the Kurfürst isn't targeting me. The AG shooting North Carolina. Now, the Cleveland is probably thinking, well, I've got a broadside target, AP's the best, but he's also shooting, I believe it's 152s on a Cleveland. Any sort of range DAP for that is just going to be like, nope, 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 nope. But it looks like the Cleveland finally wised up and said, I'm going to start shooting HE and get some damage. So maybe the Cleveland was well within the good range. As unfortunately the Kurfürst says, well, my AP works no matter what, for the most part, against you poor little cruiser. Now, North Carolina, I don't know why. I mean, I've showed plenty of side. His AP can actually do some decent damage. The HE hitting my armor belt would just be like it's literally doing nothing. It's not even really damaging my ship per se. Maybe hitting some modules because of the HE explosions. But I am coming in after this North Carolina. Now, there's still at least one DD that could be in the area, because, we haven't seen anything for a while. But there's still a Henry, the Kurfürst, North Carolina. NC's as good as dead. Now, I don't exactly want to go and push out into the Kurfürst. I'm not sure what the Kurfürst is doing, and it looks like the Gearing is going in to find out. Now, I angled up against the NC because it's like, well, I don't exactly want to give them free broadsides. I was just letting my secondaries get some work in, because now I'm 3 secondary hits away from completing my task. We're still down ships. We're outnumbered over here, and I was like, you know what? I'm preparing for the worst. Now, I actually want to slow this down here. The Gearing, he's going for it. He's going in against his Kurfürst, who's got the backup of the Henry. Not 100% sure, but the Henry should be, just by looking at the mini-map. He is even here. The Gearing is going to come out enough to where the Henry should be able to get some shots in. You can see the Lexington here. Let's bring his planes in. Whether the Kurfürst has a secondary build or not, he's probably within the Kurfürst secondaries, and the Kurfürst has probably got his hydro going. But more importantly, blowing up the mini-map, if you look, the Kurfürst is on an angle this way, as you can tell by this white line. The Gearing's coming up this way. It means the Gearing needs to hit multiple torps on a stern/bow in target, and all the Kurfürst has to do is drive straight, get those torpedoes spread out, and he may only eat one instead of eating 3 or 4. Spoiler, Gearing doesn't get the kill. The Gearing should have waited until he came out a little bit more, because at this point, you got to be thinking, I'm dead. Henry should be able to kill me. Kurfürst is probably going to have his guns looking at me. So, instead of just being like, I'm dead, probably torped a little bit early. And, send the one, keep going, send the other, and hopefully you'll at least walk away with just a flesh wound. Now, with all of that going on, I'm sure the Kurfürst was aware that there was a Gearing. But what's about to happen is the Kurfürst is going to sit there and lick wounds instead of supporting his Henry. So this 2v1 situation that they're doing against the Gearing, that they could have continued against me, is going to turn into a 1v1 and a 1v1. Oh, wait, there we go. See, Henry easily got the kill. Now, of course, these guys are going to have help in the fact of the carrier. I am lonely, and you know what? The guy might as well farm me. I'm extra experienced for him for any sort of damage. Now, I do know that Henry has 9-kilometer torpedoes, but like I said, kind of like, I'm probably dead. Let me at least get my 3 secondary hits, but I'm going to make my turn away. It's harder to torp something that is going away than it is coming in close to you. I'm going to let one fire burn because whatever. You know what? I'm looking at the score. I'm looking at the ships. I'm like, I have to deal with the full health. Henry, at any moment, the Kurfürst come out and just go blap. So this is what's going through my mind. But, of course, I'm not going to make it easy for the Henry to kill me. I'm going to make it difficult, like this guy's making it difficult for me to kill him. I should be within enough of the range for his torpedoes to even catch up to me, but you know what? I'm going to change course. I'm going to cut back up north because, oh, look, a cruiser just went broadside. I wonder why. He's probably sending torpedoes. Now, of course, I have went past the 30 secondary hits I need, but I did manage to get a Citadel, set a fire back on the Henry. He used his DCP because his engine is still out. So if I get another fire, great. So in essence, because of that Citadel I got, as the Kurfürst finally makes his appearance, but more importantly, the Kurfürst finally makes his appearance, but it's the wrong way from where it's in a different area than I expected it to. Was I get a nice hit on the Henry. As the carrier is still bringing planes in, I would love to get a close quarters expert, but you know what? I really ain't got time for it. I need the guy dead sooner rather than later. Now, I am in Discord chat with, ironically, Sneaky and Bongs, and I just go, what is the concealment of a Republic real quick? I'm like, I ain't got time to look it up. I'm too busy dodging. I'm too busy trying to fight for my life. And, of course they tell me it's 13 something. But you know what? This is information you need to know and you need to remember. Luckily for me, I had access to 2 players that would have known it. If I didn't, I probably would have hit H or control over the ship, I do believe. It will tell you that, but of course I shot, so it's going to be the max range, but they tell me it's 13 kilometers, and as you can see, my plume went down. So now, boom, a look. Oh, my detectability is 14.1. I managed to get away from this guy, and I'm like, luckily for me, I'm on the border. So it's a roll of the dice whether or not this guy even wants to shoot, if he does hit me, because hitting the border slows you down. It kind of messes with the shells a little bit, but you know, I'm like 2,000 health. It wouldn't take much for this guy to really just say, screwed, I'm just gonna hit the HE just to kill this guy. Is I managed to get my heal off as the planes come in. Now, this is where I wish I had a fighter plane, but luckily for me, as you can see, the Lexington's only got, I believe, one squad of planes in the air, which means he's low health, which, you know what, all I've got to do is survive one attack. One attack, survive this, and continue running. Now, as you can see, I shot HE because, you know what, this guy's mowing, and at this point in the fight, I just need damage. I need damage against this guy. And I'm trying to see if I can potentially avoid these torpedoes. And unfortunately, I'm going to take one in the butt. But I'm going to hit the repair because I don't want to waste times with my rudder being out. I'm still being plane detected, so there's no reason not to be shooting. I still have the HE loaded. Against his curve first, because I mean, like I said, I was expecting a bow and fight, but you know, I don't get any hits. But you know, you hear me say, and I only say, or specifically Zath, you gotta shoot it till it dies, and Oni's the big, just survive. Find some way to survive. I managed to find a way to survive. And look at the amount of damage I was able to rack up just by simply surviving as the carrier comes in and kill steals, haha. But manages to finish off the curve first. I managed to stay alive, which kept the Henry engaged, kept the carrier engaged, kept the curve first engaged. You know, we dealt with the North Carolina, we dealt with the Henry. We got rid of the Edinburgh bro extremely early, and our team was able to rally around behind it because I quite simply survived. The curve first wasn't able to go do what he wanted because I was here. The Henry, same thing. They both decided to come after me. The carrier couldn't go keep our DD spotted for their cruisers because he was going after me because I was lonely. So, just be... You know, here's the funny thing. Like, somebody recognized it in chat. Like, you know, like, way to go, Repub. Like, you know, you walked away from a bad situation alive. Gave the team the chance to win. So, if you see a guy off by himself, you know, and there it is in chat, don't be so like, what are you doing over there by yourself? Because I'm sure it would have taken somebody like, oh, look at our stupid Republic. He's over here by himself. Well, I'm keeping idiots entertained, and I walked away from it. And with that being said, guys, we are going to check out the post-battle results because I'm never going to catch up to the Lexington. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this replay. I do hope you took something away from it of, you know, if you're the guy kind of holding the flank, find a way to die very slowly and or survive. Surviving is key to this game. If you're on the other end of this, you gotta find a way to kill that guy. You gotta get the kill because you gotta get his guns out of the game because you never know what he could potentially come back and do. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send in. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We're quick to report, slow to compliment. Even though I did get complimented from such said gentlemen from this game. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.